We're live.
Good morning, Nancy Jean.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
How's everything going?
It's wonderful here. It's not going to get to not till night into the 90s until later in the week, and it's been raining. I mean, this is like you're going, oh well, that's summer weather. No, this is usually was 115.
That's
So,
heaven in Texas.
hmm?
That's heaven in Texas.
Yeah, this is springtime.
So you said you threw a garden for September?
I threw a garden since tomorrow's the 1st. I thought we may as well do this now.
Hi,
And-
Michelle. Go ahead.
Okay, so what we've got going in the garden, well, when I threw it, the first thing that really warmed my heart is our minds are in the tree of life, and that's harmony. And that says we're opening up to radiant new guidance. And then these stones support that. This is the body, and it's in fire. It's in the south, and that's kind of ancestrally. And we're still working out a lot of stuff from our ancestral part of our world. But that to me at this point means cleaning out. It's not we're hanging on to, because none of our stones here are hanging on. Emerging from the earth, we have much more is going to be brought forward this month that will help us see clearly. And for clarity is our path forward. And we're looking carefully at all the omens right now. We're really going to understand what they've been trying to say to us. But the best stone on here is the spirit, which is between, when it lands in two spaces, I have to read both spaces. It's landing in air. When it says our thoughts are spirits transforming our thinking right now, but then just by the end of the month, our transmutation will be almost completed. So we're moving, kids. It's moving for the collective.
Good deal.
So. Hi, Michelle Mybell from Fort Worth. I know her. I have met her.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw some weekly cards again to get some energy.
Okay.
This week I have the devil, the star, and 10 of coins. I think the devil represents, it feels like abuse of drugs. I think the orange man's getting propped up by drugs and maybe on an IV drip. The star, we're going to hear things, and the 10 of coins is abundance, lots of information. The week after, we're going to see justice and a victory. I think we're going to be hearing information. I think we're going to have a balancing going on. Third week, things get more interesting. The feminine energy, the Queen of Wands, comes in, and we got a hangman.
Well, I think things will move forward, and then they're going to have to stop and be reassessed.
Mm-hmm.
Where do we go from here? Someone said, Scott, don't threaten us with a good time.
Good times are coming.
Yeah.
Final week, I got the Sword of Truth, the Ace of Swords, Page of Coins. We got new offers, new paths, and then the Chariot.
Yes.
Possibly someone going away, or we're taking our power back. So I think the third and fourth week are big.
Well, Republicans can't ride a dead horse forever. They can try.
A horse that's propped up on drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them moving.
But trust me, you get to a kind of sick where even the drugs, all the drugs do is keep you alive. They don't keep you moving.
True. Mimi. Felon 47's men's can no longer keep them civilized. I think we're getting there. It's coming fast. Don't threaten us with a good time. I like that. Yeah, I was telling Nancy Jean behind the scenes, I did my own sleuthing to figure out, but the pictures with 45 and his daughter or granddaughter was from 2019.
Yep.
And other videos were from like July or June, something. So yeah. All right, where's the orange one?
He's in a room and he's on a bed.
I think he's in the White House yet.
Okay, I
feel like I threatened not to go to Walter Reed.
Well, they can virtually build a whole wing on the White House that can be like a hospital wing. So let's see if.
It almost feels like that. It's kind of see like an IV drip and not moving around.
He's wearing presidential panties like I was 2 months ago.
No drip panties?
Yes, you're no drip. You can do what you need to do and you don't have to move. When I came home from the hospital, my daughter said, "Do we need to buy you some of those presidential panties?" I said, "No, those were Depends." I was calling them presidential panties because I was wearing something the president was wearing. And yes, he's in the White House, but not for long. Ace of Rods, not for long.
My outcome cards are, I think this is a 10 of Cups, so it's a family home. So I think in the White House, there's been a change and he's being secluded with the Hermit. In the past, I get there's been something drastic happen with his health. With the 10 of Swords, then I got universal energies, and then he's in a locked up situation, being restricted with the 8 of Swords.
Yep.
So yeah, I think things are not good.
I think judgment is coming on what's happening around him, and his physicians are fighting. And I laid 3 cards on this, and they just really, they don't know what to do. There's nothing left. So now all we have to wait for is justice. And he has no defenses left. 9 of Rods reversed, and we're going to have, for us, it's going to be the Ace of Wands. We're going to have a new way of dealing with things.
What was this? Howdy Doody looked more alive than 45. At least Howdy Doody could walk straight in the spring.
That's right. Talking to my generation here, they know who Howdy Doody was.
Omarosa supposedly asked about heart sense. Never heard that one. Yeah, Jane, I did see that it was on the schedule for him to fly to Bedminster, but was canceled. How more useless would Congress be if 45 is not around?
And then they have J.D. Vance to try and rally around, and the people, money people behind him.
Okay.
Honey, Congress can't get more useless.
Basically the worst Congress in the last 4 years, as far as the House goes. Hey, Willow.
Well, my last card says it all. Scott. Tower.
Tower.
Yeah, they're going to fall apart completely.
Good.
They're already fighting with each other in Texas because the way they divided the state up, they're trying to hurt Jasmine Crockett, but in trying to get rid of Jasmine Crockett, they're also getting rid of some of their own people. So,
yeah, it ain't gonna go well.
What happened to Susan Collins?
What happened to her?
Yes, how is Susan Collins feeling after the disaster ribbon cutting in Maine?
Oh yeah, she got booed big time.
Oh, okay.
And Joni Ernst is calling it a career.
Right.
I don't think Susan's probably not far from behind her. There's no honor among them.
Well, I mean, they know what they voted for, and they thought, well, if we sweep it through and nobody notices, I don't know if, since many of you are within my age range, I know that from the analytics on this show. They're going to try and change Medicare to what some Advantage programs have, which you can't go just get the service your doctor says you need without a whole lot of maneuvering. And that I've had friends get off of Advantage plans in Medicare because it was so hard to get special treatment, and they want to pass new rules that will do that to us. I mean, I don't know where these people think do they think we don't know this?
Yeah. So anyway, until there's a new government and I get a lot of feminine energy, the Queen of Coins, Queen of Wands, and Ace of Coins, it's just going to be more chaotic and power and negative, and the Five of Swords is that infighting and no way to turn. They don't know which road to take.
Well, if he dies, then they can let the Epstein files out.
True. They've had no past since Biden left. The King of Cups is my Biden card.
Yeah.
The path and then restricted and Eight of Swords. So not much is going to change until we get answers on the election.
Right. And that's this month too.
Yeah. Rockland County is supposed to be recounting as we speak. The hearing the 25th, I think. Didn't see a comment, but I see everyone saying hi to Ian. Hello, Ian. Blessings, Michelle. Thank you for your donation. Very nice. Sweet. Vital and spunky. Ooh. Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, aren't you looking good, Mr. Scott?
No, I was a little pissy. I tried shaving quick, and then my razor electric thing died on me, and then I found out I had the wrong attachment.
Oh.
So this got a little less than I wanted.
We like the rough, rugged, woodsy Scott. The Northwood Scott.
Michelle. Is Trump gonna be deploy the National Guard and ICE at the polls next? I don't see him there to do it.
No, I don't think there's anybody there left to do it, and they can't even recruit people now for that thing.
That's a long ways away. That's 14 months away. I don't see that happening. I think it's going to be okay. I don't see Felon 45 being around then. Okay. Oh, Throne Zone lady. How you doing? Okay. Oh, Michelle again. Thank you. Blessings. Can you redo that? Because I don't. Well, you gave a great donation. Let's just see what the cards say.
Okay. Let's see if Trumpy or his kind are going to try to deploy the National Guard on ice.
Yeah. Okay.
During the election. Okay. Because that
is 2026 election going to be chaotic? By the Republicans. You know, we had bomb threats called in from Russia in 24, so.
I can answer it real quick, Scott.
You go.
No. Because we're being vigilant. We've learned from the past. We've been the good student. And this is also a no. And this is also a no. And this is also a no. So out of 6 points of yes, no, 5 of them are no's. And what makes the good point in the reading, the yes, is we were good students, so we learned, and we didn't get fooled again.
There's chaos in the plans.
Oh, yeah.
In the past, I think this shows they cheated.
Mm-hmm.
The past, Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Devil. So moving into 2026, I get the 5 of Wands, Bad Karma, and the Moon. So I think they are trying currently to work up some kind of chaos for 26. That's probably true with, Texas, what they're trying to do and change districts. So there's a lot of chaos there of thought. But I think it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the Hermit. It's my Hermit Fool card, but it can be spiritual illumination. And the King of Wands is the intelligence, the leaders, and then justice. And so we got balance, everything balanced out. But yeah, it is pretty chaotic now and moving forward. And then in the bottom of the deck, I get that Queen of Wands energy again. It's my Kamala card. So interesting how all these female energy keeps coming in. But I think it's going to be okay in 26.
Mm-hmm.
They do, the Republican states and whatnot are going to try their voter suppression again, as usual. But I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, that's everyone's resigning in protest. CDC. Okay. Rose Blue, I am adopted. My bio bro contacted me last Saturday, talked about exchanging pictures, slew of Wisconsin cousins. You're an Anderson. Wow, Rose. My mom's an Anderson. Maybe we're related.
You never know. I'm happy for you, Rose. I think that helps when you really know what your biologic status is. It helps you. It really clarifies. All of a sudden, everything pops together, and you go, "Oh, dun 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 dun," and you begin to understand what you couldn't understand in the past.
Good morning, Holly. Liz. So what's going on with this?
Oh yeah, this one upsets me.
Yeah, that is kind of odd. Like you're trying to start a conflict with Venezuela.
Well, they don't like Maduro, and Maduro doesn't like them. All these little strong men fighting with each other in the corner.
Indigo was adopted, and another person said their parents were adopted.
No, the fun ones are when you find out you're in the middle of the family and you're the only one who you have a different father and you're the middle of a bunch of kids.
True.
Genetics plays games. I mean, but it actually helps. Okay.
Oops, wrong one.
Yes, you want to be here on top. Okay. Venezuela.
Okay, Venezuela.
He wants to start a war. That's his goal. But he can't quite get there. He can't make it to there. Others are going to push them away from starting a war. They're going to work out some kind of treaty over the problem is apparently Exxon's found out there's oil off this one part of the coast. So they want to go, and so they want to take over that ocean. And guys, that's how we got into Vietnam. And then there wasn't any oil. Anyway, so it's a prison they're building for themselves. I don't see it going anywhere. I can see it's going to cause us a lot of pain and worry. Just because, but it's really it's the deal between Guyana and Venezuela, and then I don't know why they're taking Guyana. Well, they're going to take Guyana's side if Exxon can get all the oil rights. So this is so. When I heard this whole scenario, I went, "That happened when I was a teenager. It was called Vietnam."
Yeah, Joan. They lost $250 million basically on that alligator Alcatraz crap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do have resources coming in. Some worry about it. So the Queen of Coins is my Earth card, resources. And then the King of Coins is kind of representing big money.
Mm-hmm.
And then some kind of anxieties. I'm feeling the Nine of Swords here. And then I got looking outward with a bad order from a king. And then I have strength. So I think that's like showing strength. Yeah, looking more powerful, trying to look more powerful to Venezuela, that kind of thing. And then I got the pathway. So just hold off. They don't know which way they're going to turn. We're going to hear a lot of news about it. And it's not going to be too good. Because this is kind of like a heartbreak card. Sadness, loss, pain. Yeah, it kind of get the feeling you're going to do something stupid while there.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're putting our sailors, we're putting our military's life at risk for nothing.
Yeah, it's all about greed with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels like when a mishap happens, then they get called back. Okay. Susan's talking about the September 3rd. Rokana and Tom Massey have 10 Epstein victims speaking.
Mm-hmm.
by the White House on September 3rd, about 10:30, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how that's gonna
Okay.
go. Oh, Martha says, and Rubio is going to Mexico September 3rd. Getting out of Dodge.
I'd say they can keep and hold him there, but I have friends who live in Mexico, and I don't want him polluting their world either.
Okay.
I'm going to ask if the press conference is going to go ahead peacefully. Okay.
Okay. September 3rd. September 3rd. Epstein victims. According to Rokana, there's a few women that haven't spoke before or haven't a long time wanted to, going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rubio being deported?
I think the countries have to kind of agree to take him, and I'm not sure Mexico would take him. He's from Cuba, you know. So what'd you see, Scott?
Okay. In the past, I see the Two of Wands seeking cooperation, Page of Cups offering love and trying to make things better with the Six of Swords. This feels like it's a healing thing.
Mm-hmm.
The current energy is High Priestess, the Moon, and Ace of Wands, bringing things out of the shadows.
Good.
Bringing things to light. Moving forward, I get a lot of pain. It's a lot of pain.
Mm-hmm.
Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, all the loss and the pain and conflicts these poor women have gone through. So yeah, that's a pretty painful three. Three of Swords, Five of Coins, Ten of Swords. But in the end, I get Hierophant. So our government institutions, higher authority.
Mm-hmm.
Nine of Pentacles is all about balance and life changes. Temperance Angel, we got love going on, and then the Magician. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
The final four are good, real good. It's going to bring things to light, bring healing.
What I saw was a lot of people working against getting it together, but once it's together, the women get to speak. They're met with the kindness and understanding of the Knight of Cups, and they get their message across. The Page of Coins being a little scholar. And it's not because, and people are going to realize it's not because the government did anything. As a matter of fact, it worked against them, and it's going to give people a new light on that. And it's not just the people, well, you know, it's horrible what they did with them, but it's all kinds of people, one way or another, in their young lives got trafficked. And when these stories are in the news, it's in everybody's face. And for people who've been injured by this, it just brings all that back. I've read so many people that have that story. But I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to end up being a good thing. So we should all watch it, support it. If it shows up on a YouTube feed, like it. You know, say that you're happy it was there.
Will Trump leave the country or hide in Mar-a-Lago?
We can't do either or. Do we want to pick one or the other? You want to do leaving the country or hiding?
I don't think he can. I feel like he's got a flight restriction.
Yeah, he should.
The pressure changes is going to throw him into a...
Oh, that's true.
I'm just gonna do 3 cards on leaving, and then
Okay, we'll do it that way. That's fine. I can do that.
do 3 cards on hiding in Mar-a-Lago. Let's see. Drew Rose, if you can't fly to Bedminster, you can't fly to Florida. Yang, you can't. Moon, Sun, and
You
10
can't
of
do
Wands.
either one.
You can't fly. You have problems on flying. Hiding out. I got a yes. Not sure Mar-a-Lago, but I get hiding out. You're receiving assistance. He needs to hide out. And then I got a Queen of Swords along with that. Could be a female doctor or female carekeeper. Like one of the assistants.
Mm-hmm.
Either covering up or getting everything he needs.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I get no on leaving. Moon, light, and 10 of Wands with the burdens and the stresses.
Yep. I got no on flying. He wants to. He's ordering them to get him on a plane, get him somewhere, but they're just saying your body won't make it. Your body won't make it. So when I got on his hiding out, he's going to try and build up a defensive wall. It's all going to fall down. He got 2 10s reversed. 10. When a 10 is in your reading, that means whatever you're talking about is done. Something's ending. And this is the 10 of Wands where you throw down your burdens, and the 10 of Pentacles, even though it's a good card, I mean, it can be, but in this case, it's all the money he has in the world and all the riches he's built around him. They're not going to save him. So.
Supposed to meet King Charles. Ooh.
Well, that's those two are kind of racing to their graves, so I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of countries aren't sending packages to U.S.
39 countries are not using U.S. Postal Service's delivery because the U.S. Postal Service has been ordered to enforce tariffs, but nobody knows what they're enforcing. Trust me, guys. Right now, all the grids I'm building, I think, are for people in the U.S., but when I used to have to ship grids into Canada, it's a nightmare. And it's twice as expensive. It's just awful. And I feel bad for the Postal Service but that's a way to strike at the heart of a country. Don't use a service that they provide that actually, despite how the Congress plays with the numbers, the Postal Service makes us money. So.
Yeah.
What's going on?
A lot of questions coming in.
Yep.
Vance and Peter Thiel decided who they would nominate as their VP.
Stephen Miller.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, I'm not kidding. I saw somebody said if Vance isn't president, and his was the first face that flashed in front of my eyes, and I was like, no, then there would be a rebellion in America. I think everybody thinks that guy's a Nazi. Even the Nazis think that guy's a Nazi.
Oh, God. That would be horrible.
Well, who else could they pick? They could.
Someone connected from the past to both of them. Someone with resources, a younger person, the Knight of Cups. Then I get betrayals. I would expect to see the devil or something if it was Stephen Miller.
I think my deck would start on fire.
But I don't think we're really going that way. Because I get the Empress, Magician, and a Victory in the end. And that isn't Republican.
Mm-mm.
I think the Divine has a different plan.
Oh God, it certainly does.
So I don't know. But I think they have someone. The Five of Swords always reminds me of January 6th. But if someone loyal, Ace of Coins is someone resourceful, but someone kind of rebellious. I don't think it's Miller, but someone in their realm. I can't see who it could be.
What I got is who would be their next VP pick. They want to pick somebody that's going to make everybody feel safe and at home. If it's a woman, she's not going to make people feel safe and at home. What ultimately happens is the world happens. Everything changes. We walk away from dissent and battle. And right now, the universe doesn't see which way it's going to go. So it all depends on who's really in charge of making that choice. If it's them, they'll pick an airhead or someone they think they can control. And that's always a mistake because it's often a person you think you can control that you can't.
Well, according to the Constitution, if the president dies, the VP ascends, and then he nominates a VP, and then the House of Representatives by majority votes.
Right. That's how we got Gerald Ford.
So, no, I think not Nikki Haley. I think it would be a loyalist.
Yeah, Nikki's not a loyalist.
I got a knight of cups when I toss my cards, so that feels like a younger type male. Of course, JD's kind of young.
Kind of young, yes. He's a baby, depending on where you stand on the age scales.
Yeah, I think Miller just likes being behind the scenes and being in charge and not being in the limelight too much, except on Fox News, of course. Oh, a lot of questions. All right, what's Felon 45?
Really? Ugh.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh God, I'm going to use Life is Like a Board Game.
Yeah, we can get in his energy and see if he's scared, passed out, in a coma. Oh God, not Carolyn Levitt as VP. Okay. What's Felon 45, 47? Energy, mental state. Good.
Well, I get that he's feeling very much the Seven of Wands, very much put upon. He's not finding any rest in the solitude he's in. He can't run his balancing act anymore. And actually, when he's dying, he's going to find that he's happy to go on to a better place and that he doesn't have to win or lose. He doesn't think he's going to win or lose there. Although those of us who understand life reviews knows he's probably not right about that. But I think he's accepting his inevitable. It's those scrambling around him trying to figure out how to keep him alive.
Carol lying. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
True, true. In the past, he's been battling to stay stable.
Mm-hmm.
The Eight of Wands is that speedy recovery, that energy, but it's centered with the Five of Swords. So he's not able to keep it stable for a long time. Queen of Coins would be my balance earthly card. Current energy, the strength is gone with the Tower. So the messaging coming from the heavens of strength is in the Tower. So yeah, he's having a catastrophic time. Ace of Pentacles is prosperity, but we got Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is laying down, sick, hospitalized in some way. So the inevitability of what's going on is being shown to him with the Sun. So he hit a wall with the Tower. He's in a Four of Swords moment. Scared. Four of Wands would be feels like the reunion, the soul reunion. The Hangman, the inevitability of life, delaying your life. Two of Wands, Two of Cups. He's begging for health stability. That's the medical symbol there. Looking for someone to help him out. Scared, yeah. But there is that sense, deep down, I think that's a soul level. But when you die, you're going to find that welcome reunion with the Four of Wands. But yeah, I do feel he's scared. And then the end is near. So I got the Tower, got the Four of Swords, and then you get the Hangman. Not good.
Welcome, Susie Q. We have a new person who's new, who's never been here before.
I noticed that.
Yes.
Hi, Susie Q. Very good point, Rose.
Nope. Don't take bribes.
Grim Reaper don't take bribes. That's funny. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh. Bring your wooden stake and holy water stat. Funny.
No, I don't even think Trump has that much power. I think there are people around him that I think are that evil. I think he's just been played and tried to played us. And
so did you hear about this guy? He blew the whistle about the Doge and Big Balls stealing all this information, and then resigned. Muse is wondering if he's going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet Nancy Ivana would have some choice spirit words for him.
Yeah, they get to wait on the other side of the fence when you're crossing. I've seen this. So, and all the people on the other side of the fence, I wouldn't have mind meeting them. I just wasn't ready to go there. But if I was him and I saw the people that are lined up to meet him on the other side of the fence, I think I'd hang on to this side of the fence as long as possible.
Okay, Charles.
Okay, what's going to happen to Mr. Borgers?
Mr. Charles Borgers.
Oh, it's all wonderful, really. Not what he planned at all. He wrote out like the Knight of Cups, ready to tell the truth. And now he's waiting to kind of see what the fallout's going to do to him. He's going to go to a new job. He's going to get to somewhere where he's being productive and doing good things. But it's going to be, after having been in the limelight, it's going to be a little bit boring. And then he's going to be part of the bigger tower moments when they start taking apart what's happened to the U.S. government. Got the tower too? Yes.
Correct.
But I have bunnies in my tower.
Exact same thing. He's going to be part of the takedown of all this craziness with Doge and whatnot.
It's going to be that.
The tower on the King of Coins fell on 45, and then they're going to get their reckoning with the hermit there. But yeah, he just decided to do the right thing and become a whistleblower. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups, whistleblower there with the documentation. And I think he's going to be fine. He's got angels behind him. And then the outcome, like you said, he's going to be part of the big tower moment for this administration and Doge and everything.
Guys, I think we all saw The Wizard of Oz as children. So that when they go and they rip the curtain back and they go, that's the wizard, that big thing you've been seeing up there. This is going to be when the curtain gets taken back and you realize it's all these people doing this, and they don't have overlord sort of abilities to control us.
Will it be fake or real Melania at his funeral? I think real or Melania would show up for that one.
Yeah, she. Have you ever seen that scene? There's a famous movie about Audrey Hepburn's in it with Gregory Peck, and they're all at this guy's funeral, and these other strange men show up, and one guy walks up very prayerfully, and then he pulls out a woman's hat pin and he sticks it in the heart of the corpse to make sure that it's dead. I could see her doing that.
She'll wear the big glasses and she'll be crying tears of joy. And then when she goes to say goodbye, not enough.
They've knocked the tariffs down as of October 14th. They haven't. They have a window where they can still try to enforce them. I don't understand why it reads like that, but that's what it does.
Yeah.
So
what was it? 7-4 decision? Something like that. They struck them down, but they gave 6 weeks to appeal before they are banned.
And that means that, and since some of the law, the way it reads, they can start doing it now. And somebody asked about packages. When I mail packages in the U.S., I just send them off and they go where they're supposed to go for the most part, except for Sheila's package that took 8 weeks to get to her. Sheila Celtic Tarot. She's in Denver. I could have walked it there faster. But, but you can. It's when they can open any package that's labeled to leave the U.S. and they've done it to my packages and they've hurt my grids. So.
So we just said everything's delayed on October 14th. The administration will appeal.
Okay.
It's obviously appeal everything until it's done. So what will the tariff end result be? That's where I'm going to go.
I can tell you right now, the Republicans expected people to be off the streets and to have accepted their fate by now. And the fact that you're not off the streets and you're not accepting your fate is very meaningful to them. And every store you choose to not shop at because of how they've responded to this government is that's the only vote we have left is our dollars. So, okay, will U.S. Supreme Court decide? I'm going to ask if they're going to decide on Trump's tariffs. I got no, because they can see what's coming. They can see that they're going to have to be so defensive because of all the rulings they've made. I got no. Ten of Pentacles reversed, Wands reversed. No, they're not going to do it. They're going to pass it back to Congress.
Oh, you mean they're not going to even take it?
Yeah, they're not going to take it.
So I got the decision and then Four of Swords. So they're going to wait on it. So then they got Magician, Eight of Pentacles, and Two of Cups. What is
Ace
that?
of Pentacles? Oh, they can't make tariffs constitutionally, and this is black letter law. That means it's written in the Constitution. Tariffs are made by the Congress. They're not made by the courts, and they're not made by the president. So they don't have any. When I was looking at the cards I laid out, they don't have a precedent to hang their hat on. Not that that's stopped them in the past, but I'm just saying as it gets closer and closer and they realize this whole thing's going to fall down, just to save what there's parts of their scrawny ass they can, they're going to try and look like they were actually meaningful when they actually could have stopped all this months ago. But don't get me started on the Pope's, the Catholic Church's Supreme Court. It's not the current Pope's Supreme Court, but it's Catholic Church Supreme Court.
Yeah, that could be the tariffs. Two of Cups can be the agreement that was already made. So then moving forward, I got the Star, Hierophant, Two of Pentacles. The Hierophant feels like the ruling. Having faith in the ruling. And then my outcome is Four of Wands. So that's a celebration, kind of. Strong foundation, community. Nine of Cups, wishes fulfilled. That normal bickering between the Supreme Court, because you got the MAGA ones.
Yeah.
And then Two of Wands, progress, future planning. Kind of a weird card toss. It doesn't really give me a sense of, boom, what they're going to do.
They're going to try and pass the buck back to Congress.
Congress.
If they don't rule on it, then they can say it goes back to Congress.
Okay, I think they're going to wait it out to make a decision to around the October 14th. That's what it feels like. But yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I don't think they're going to take it in a, like in a sense of having a hearing or whatever. I'm surprised it was 7-4 because the law is clear.
Yeah, but
the Constitution is clear. The president can't do tariffs like that.
Somebody asked what happened to Louis DeJoy. Louis DeJoy left the post office on the 24th of March, 2025. There was great joy in my household when he left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I did see that, but comments were coming in like crazy.
Good. Where were you last week? He and I were going, where were the people last week? And then you're all back today. Oh, because it's a long weekend.
Do millionaires regret their allegiance? Real wealthy. Some do, some don't. Some of these traders are actually making really good money off the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm feeling here. I have no clue how they do it, but I'm getting that sense that they're making money off the market. I'm not a market guy, but as a whole,
No. And I got no. It may not be moving forward the way they would want. They've turned the whole business paradigm upside down. It's always been you wanted stability when you were running a company so that you knew where things were going. Somehow or another, but as more of them get hit by the reality, like the guy who's, I'm sure he's got a golden umbrella, a golden parachute leaving Target, but as more of them lose their traction doing that, then they'll have other thoughts. Hello, Gino.
I don't know. Some reason they thought they could make more money with 45 than if Kamala was here, but I think they're regretting it with that 5 of Cups.
They had a more stable economy with Biden, and if stable economies are what they rely on, it's when they get cut off from the rest of the world, when other countries don't want to talk to them either, and that's what's going to happen. I mean,
Right,
it's just anyway.
Yeah, this isn't an economy for businessmen as far as your products and moving forward. It's so unstable. Willows, I don't think the oligarchs think, period. Okay.
There's a few slightly judgmental words in there, Gene. She also asked earlier if their guides and if Putin's and Trump's guides and angels are holding them up. And I mean, you know, if that's what you think your guides and angels are here to do, then yeah, they're working with them too. I would not want to be the chief guide over Trump, though, because they have to get too close.
Will there be legal financial consequences? I guess it would be the dark money stuff we're talking about. Will there be legal financial consequences for the dark money?
Ooh, you asked a good question, Gene.
Will there be legal financial consequences?
I got. Do you want to finish shuffling so I don't affect your shuffle?
One and as one flipped over.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
I've got they're happy because they're making money standing in the garden of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. But look, what they're going to pay for is they're going to be outcasts. Their judgment is always going to be questioned. They're going to have to withdraw for a while and hide out. And they're also going to have to come up with the idea, come up in a way to deal with the feminine energy that is going to be behind looking for justice. And the only way they're going to earn their way back in the family. This is kind of like, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. They're going to run into that in the business world. And some will find a way back in, but some will be marked for life, and some have so much they don't care. I mean, they just go off and do what they do. So that's a yes, they will pay for it.
So it's kind of obvious in the past, yeah. We're talking about dark money and bad oligarchs. Yeah, they thought they were going to do all great, make all kinds of money in the dark side of the moon. But moving forward, yeah, they're going to lose financials. They're going to lose their security and love and abundance. Stresses about losing money and their abundance. Outcome I get, bottom of the deck, I have that 5 of Cups. So there's going to be some losses, some sadness there. Yeah, there will be some kind of justice. Universal energy is the Ace of Wands, power, and they will be checked into. That's evaluating their finances, what they've done, consequences. There will be some kind of justice. Didn't get a 8 of Swords being, locked up or anything, but there is going to be a reckoning with what they've done to our society and the dark money and propping up politicians. Justice can be just a life balancing effect too, where they just aren't as powerful anymore.
And also, businesses aren't going to be structured like the way they learned business, how to put a business together, because so much of it is disbanded into a wider social network, so that it's not all one thing does one thing. And I think the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to split up a lot of the social media, so that won't hurt anybody.
Given the Social Security and info that was uploaded to the cloud thanks to Doge, will we get new Social Security numbers?
We already have them. I've got my little red, white, and blue card, and it's got a number that I don't recognize. So undoubtedly that one's going to have to be changed. But they have a way of doing that already, Celtic, because I pull my yearly, my monthly payments come from my first husband's Social Security calculation. I know this disturbs him terribly. His ashes are swirling, but it was several $100s between what I could get and my second husband, who made a good salary, but he had been retired longer. My first husband got a really great paying job, and then he died. And so they based it off his really great paying job. And so I have a funny Social Security number because of that that's on my card. So I can track my payments. So they can do that. It's just the one I've known since I was 16 will be going bye-bye.
I think we've read on this before.
Eventually, this goes
away. But I think we're talking like maybe 2030. It's always went down the way.
We've got to be past the election in 2028.
Private equity be outlawed or regulated.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I'm not up on private equity, but
is that like structured so many ways, Gene? If you're talking about like the giant conglomerates that are now buying up housing and inflating individual home prices, that's one way. In private equity that's only within this country, and then it's private equity that comes from outside this country. There's just because I wouldn't even take that on as a paid reading. So I'm sorry. No.
Okay. The White House personnel know his involvement. Yes. Supposedly Pamela Joe Bondi's seen something. Cash Patel and Dan Bongino have seen it. Thousands of FBI agents that comb through all the documents for weeks seen it. They know he's a pig and they don't care. They just ignore everything in the news about it or any reporting. So, of course, they know. They just believe in power. With donations from villagers or reps, he stopped. Oh, yeah, that's what. I mean, states can do their own things. Who was it?
Texas has unlimited amounts of money. If you're running for a state office in Texas, you can have a millionaire give all the money for somebody's race. And they build up huge war chests and they scare everybody away. It's a very weird system. But it used to be they'd build these giant war chests and then they'd retire and they'd keep it. That was like their money. And then we passed a state law that they have to give it to an educational institution, give it to a PAC, or do something else with it. But you can't keep it. You've got a certain amount of time to get it off your books. So what they do is they create PACs or nonprofits, and then they go run them with the money that they took. But I mean, it's better than it being their own, I guess.
Last I heard, it's still in the courts. I think it was Massachusetts. They tried to pass their own law that dark money can only
they can't put it in federal.
Regulated, but I think it's still being challenged in the courts.
I don't think they can. Okay, when I ran campaigns, we had to read the federal law to figure out what our federal employees were doing. We had to read the state law to figure out what our state employees were doing, and then each county and city could set its own amounts of money that a candidate could be given. It's based on the jurisdiction that you're running for the office in. But unfortunately, in a state like Texas, it's for the state office, it's anybody can give you money. And okay.
I think you mentioned that already. Like those corporations were buying up during COVID, buying up all the houses.
Yeah, that's what happened to the fish place. They gave away free shrimp, and people ate more free shrimp than they could earn. And then Joann's Fabrics had for years been not keeping up with the trends other places were. So I think they've picked weak sisters. They want their real estate. I don't know why. They're all in shopping centers that are full of empty stores. So.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why buy something that's not going to make you profitable?
Well, they throw out all the employee contracts and stuff and then make them work at the same jobs for less money and whatever.
Okay. Oh. Christine misses Joann's Fabrics.
Well, it depends on where you live, Christine. Where I lived, they had really good fabrics and things, but women working women primarily, but people working in the fabric arts had diminished so much, and they never changed their inventory to meet the other needs, the other kinds of crafting things people did. I do like that.
How long is this?
Oh yeah, they're trying to stop Walgreens and CVS from in some states from being able to give out COVID vaccines.
You know what DHS is?
Well, they've written different rules, and some states have rules that they match. Weirdly enough, one of the states that you can't get a COVID shot for free at a pharmacy right now is New Mexico, and it's a blue state. I don't know what rules they put in place, but
okay.
Because she was going to get her ass kicked. This isn't even a question.
Fear and we're all gonna die comment didn't go over well.
Well, why would you go in? I mean, she ran when she was pretty much handed that seat. with what was going on across the country. And you'll see him now. And oh, please, please, Ted Cruz, bail, leave. Cornyn, leave.
I threw cards, and it just seems like the negativity, she can't take it anymore. She has no courage.
She doesn't believe in what she's doing. You know, if you believe in what you're doing, you're going to stay there till you can complete whatever you think you can complete.
I guess she's lazy.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to be a leader.
She wanted to be in a place where she could make money, and trust me, money people are not betting on people that have the profile she has right now. And running, if you have never run for office, even the smallest office, it's an incredibly wearing thing. And to run for a whole state senate, especially when you kind of walked in anointed in the first place, she doesn't want to run. I mean, it's that simple.
What's going on with Cornyn and Paxton?
Well, Paxton's filed to run against Cornyn.
Yeah.
And Cornyn doesn't like that. And because Cornyn too, he's sucked up. I mean, he's not liberal by any manner or means, but he's not a Paxton. Actually, his people went in and went after Paxton a couple times to try and get him out of there because they thought he was ruining the party. All of which is true. But this all falls into my big Republican theory. Big bag of rats, put them all in a bag and fight, fight, fight. That's what's going on with those two. But that's really what it is. And Cornyn has, if people really looked at Cornyn's life, Cornyn belonged to an organization who, this for entertainment purposes only, I do not know this for a fact, but that starts with a K and ends with a K and has a K in the middle. And he's my age, and I know people who knew him back then. So he's a piece of work. And even if he's a reform piece of work, he still was that low lying at one point. So, and Paxton was indicted with people, and then he fought all the indictments off. Some of them have already been to prison, and they're already out. That's the state I live in, guys.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Did you want to read on what's between them? Who's going to win?
I just threw 3 cards for each just to see. Cornyn gets the 6 of Cups, Page of Cups, the Moon. And Paxton gets 8 of Swords, 5 of Wands, and my bad card of Health and Heartbreak. According to this, Cornyn gets this nod for the Republicans.
Yeah. Paxton's wife and he are divorcing, and they sealed the records, which means we'll never get to see how truly despicable both of them are. She had to sit in the Senate and vote on his impeachment. And part of his impeachment was based on the affair he was having with another woman, which was part of the evidence. That's fun.
Everyone's asking about Dave Jolly running for governor. What's our feeling on Dave Jolly winning?
Okay.
Dave Jolly.
He changed parties a long time ago. He didn't do it now because he thinks maybe he can win there.
Dave Jolly. Show me the energy of Dave Jolly.
I get he's going to win. My bunnies like him.
God, I hate when cards do that.
Said yes and no.
Yeah. I'm not really showing too much financial support for him moving forward. I think he's got good energy. The Six of Cups, Ace of Wands, and Magician. I think he can put up a good fight and run.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the current with financials, struggling to get financial backing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I think it's good, but the why I say no big outcome is because the moon comes in.
Well, I've got, he's built a strong base. What, you hold yours up.
Yeah, that's the ending is Page of Coins, Queen of Cups, and Moon. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yes, and then I got some dark secrets to fill about. So
No, he was a Republican. But
for some reason, Chris popped in my head. Charlie that ran last time.
he's a very weak candidate.
Chris was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Sean was there working for them, and he was not impressed with this guy's ability to get up and go. Jolly's been out working a strong base and creating a feeling of I belong here with you. He's got a lot of hopes and wishes and people he's working with. He does have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and I think that's true about him having a little more trouble raising the money. But I also see that he does eventually hook up with the right people. And his end card, those are all yeses. His end card is he's in the Empress seat. He's won his way into the garden. So,
well, your cards are a little more decisive, like that.
what can I say? My bunnies like him.
Willow, Dave Jolly will win, I believe, but he's an illusion.
He's not okay. He's not as liberal as people I would, but think about it. Somebody corrected me. It was Cary Grant who was in the movie with Charade when he got the needle stuck in his heart. Bottom line, though, on David Jolly, I think he's better than anything else I got. She's going to win.
I mean, I seen a video clip, Jasmine talking, and I mean, the whole district thing is going to be in the courts until the election. So you don't even know what's going to happen. If they're going to get struck down, if California even needs to do it. But Jasmine was talking about the new district that she's in now. She still says, I think I'll win. It still would be considered a district in her current district. Still blue. But then she also mentioned she doesn't even know if you go through which one she'll run in, if she's going to stay in 30. So, but she talked about being fine.
Michelle, years ago, I don't know if you remember it, but it's before I had retired. We went into a primary not knowing which districts we were really running in. I mean, it was insane. And they finally settled the map after the election, and then they kind of put the candidates in their different places. But no matter how you cut it up, they looked at her all over the state. They're short of sticking her out among some cattle ranchers somewhere, and then she could probably win them over. So I don't worry about her. The guy she's running against, VC, I really like him. I've met him. I know him. He's a good guy, but he does not have the same presidential way of presenting himself to people that she does. Although he's a great legislator. He really knows his stuff.
Okay. So Putin, Xi, and I think Modi, they're all doing a summit together.
Oh, really?
Either now or this weekend or something. It's coming up or whatever. Will anything good come from this summit?
Okay.
Bamooz is asking here.
Well, Putin's there. That's the first part of it. I think I'm going to give my kitty cats a shot at talking about this. My kittens.
Yeah, Laura, I think that was a good thing that Sherrod Brown's going to run again. Household name, and they made a mistake.
Well, it's the Democrats in Ohio that can't get their act together. That's their problem.
Have you ever read anything from David Pepper? Do you know his name?
No.
He's got his own Substack, and he's kind of out of the game, but he was involved in Ohio Democrats forever. He's a very good resource on anything Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're correct. He knows all the ins and outs about the corruption, and he tries to expose everything he can.
Okay. What I've got is they want to make changes, but they can't. It's going to be very unbalanced. It's mostly because Putin's not really there. I mean, whatever's there is there. And so is anything good going to come out? That's 5 no's. And then what it shows is the Ace of Swords coming in. Isn't that a lovely Ace of Swords? My cats have lovely Ace of Swords. And they're all in it just to try and get a financial advantage that they're not going to get. So I don't think it's going to work out well for any of them.
No, I have very few good cards. It's a corrupt deal with the devil, trying to unite the 3 countries. One country has an idea. It's probably China.
Mm-hmm.
But it's some kind of corrupt deal coming in with the devil. It feels like there's going to be a collapse in talks of happening with the tower. So whoever's trying to create this deal with a magician, bring in financially, one wants more than the other. I think it's probably Russia wanting a lot for this war kind of feeling. But then in the end, I don't know. There's some kind of agreement made once they get past the corruption.
Yeah, but they're not talking to the guy who's really running Russia. So what good does it do?
True, but it's for Russia as a whole, any kind of agreement. But this kind of looks like some kind of agreement there, bringing the coins together, the give and take, eventually. But it's going to be a struggle for quite a while. Bottom, I got the anxieties and the failures. So it doesn't look good anyway, but eventually some kind of deal may happen, but it doesn't feel now. Nice. We've been saying it. We don't believe he's been alive for a long time. So the Kremlin, government as a whole, is just trying to keep it all together.
Well, it's
I always felt like Lavrov and that
Medvedev.
Medvedev are running the country as a war state, and they just
I don't know. Putin's not alive, and I think it's all playing with body doubles, and I don't think Trump has a body double. Where could you find another body like that?
Well, I know that'd be tough. I don't know. There was rumors long ago he did have one, but maybe not anymore. Yeah, aren't they part of the BRICS thing they're trying to get going?
Mm.
Russia, India, China. Yeah, they're in the BRICS.
Mm-hmm.
It's in China, Rose, from what I've seen. That summit. Yeah, and Modi won't call back Orange Man.
Good.
Supposedly our government called him 4 times and he won't pick up the phone. Pissed off about the tariff. There will be no stimulus checks.
No.
$5,000 Doge checks. No, they ain't gonna happen. I don't see any stimulus. They're spending more money than they have like crazy. We're already a trillion in debt after Biden left. There's no money. They gave it all to ICE.
They're giving it all to ICE. Can I put a personal thing in, Scott? Ian, if you know someone who reads tea leaves, if you could get me her name. So I'd like to put her in my psychic profiles. Trying to find people who do everything. I have lined up a guy who works with volcanoes and earthquakes. Why not?
Yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ian's messaged me and said about his friend that reads tea leaves. Done it for 30 or 40 years, I guess he said.
I had a sister-in-law in England who read tea leaves, but she could do the show if she could do it from the other side, but we're not doing that. So
I really got the impression once Trump was talking tough. What year was his shakes and everything happening? Was that 22 or 23?
Putin's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 22. It was in 22. It's when he was neurotic about COVID, and he had that dining table that started in Russia and ended in Siberia.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I was getting like December of that year. So this was like in April-ish, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking like December of that year. Or going into 23 is when he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Pegasus, we read earlier on the victims who are going to speak on Monday.
Willow already said it before we were talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Is there any booming question before we call it a day? In the starred.
Thank you, Freddie Todd, for joining. Subscribe, please, people. It helps. And if you subscribe, then you get notices of when I'm doing my psychic profiles. I've got Scott's psychic profile in the can. He and I are not doing it live. We're doing it as a show.
You doing it as a premiere?
Yeah. And I'll let you know when. But God, I've had so many people reach out to me. And this week I've been trying to book the ones that I have to go across time zones, like to Australia or to England.
Oh, to try to get it to work out with times?
Yeah, and if I'm doing weird time zones, I'd rather do all those in a week because I have enough trouble between here and California. Thank you.
So yeah, I seen this one. I just want to talk about it again. We mentioned it earlier. Yeah, he's getting close.
I'm gonna read on who's covering for him. Who's the one that's making them not tell us the truth?
I was getting something before we got on there. I was trying to think of dates or something to concentrate. And they kept telling me the 20th. So like around the third, fourth week, about the September 20th is a big day that we should look out for. Like we'll know something or.
Well, he was born on an eclipse, and there's a full lunar eclipse on the 7th.
So what do you want to think
I
about?
just looked at this. I can't get any personalities. I just see people around him trying to keep him alive to cover their ass. But Trump was born on an eclipse, and there is an eclipse on the 7th of September, a full lunar eclipse.
Oh, good Lord. It's been reported what happened there. Videos of that dude, oh my God, he put it on YouTube. The man had issues. He said he didn't believe in God, and he was going to take care of the children that were at a God's type facility and show them what God meant. And the guy was terrible. 1:30. Let's bring inspiration to the group.
Okay.
Inspiration for the week. Oh, hey, Jade Flowers. Thank you.
Okay.
Ooh, the solar eclipse is the 21st of September.
Yeah, we've got eclipses happen in a season. They happen pretty close to each other because it's got a lot to do with the planets and the suns and everything being on the ecliptic. So, and I knew that from my earth science class before I studied astrology. And we will not be able to see the eclipse if you're in the U.S. The rest of the world gets to see it because it starts at like 1 p.m. here. So if you want to see it, there's some really good YouTube sites. There's a YouTube site that sent people to Cyprus to set up and watch it because it has the least chance of having cloud cover that day.
So last week I grabbed a card out of my ET Oracle deck.
Oh, cool.
And I got the same one.
So we're on a clear path.
If you don't listen, you can't resonate. So that just means use your intuition. If you're not actually listening and evaluating things in light, you're not resonating. You're not getting it. So just don't jump to conclusions on anything. Take everything with a grain of salt, evaluate, and take things. Okay, my other 3 out of this deck again.
That's Wisdom Tarot. It's Archangel Wisdom Tarot by Radley Valentine.
Okay, I always forget. I don't know where the box is. I get the King of Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the eyes in the big picture. Some of the general concerns for others. The Ace of Ariel is the Ace of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
It's good resources, changes, and abundance. And then the five of Michael, and that's the 5 of Swords. And that gives you the reminder of releasing things that don't serve you. Always take a uplifting approach. Don't take everything to heart and get down. So I think this feels like when you stay in the high vibe, everything's better. You reach abundant state when you don't take those things in with that 5 of Michael. You go ahead.
Okay. What I pulled was acceptance, and that pretty card, Starry Night. And through the pine boughs, thousands of stars shine brightly overhead. In the stillness of the night, you can hear the soft songs. Each star has its own melody. All the stars coming together make one glorious song. Feel your spirit rise as this canticle of the cosmos showers down upon you. The spirit of starry night says, embrace your inner majesty, accept your life in all of its configurations. Every moment has a profound value. Even if it doesn't seem like it, forgive yourself and others, accept what's going on in life, that it's provided by harmony, and that good things will ensue. So that's a good card. That's a nice card for the week.
Nice card. Yes.
And just, accept, don't fight it. Don't. I used to have a bag of Nerf balls, and during presidential debates and other things like that, I used to throw my Nerf balls at the TV. I don't know where my Nerf balls are. I don't watch anything on TV I'd want to throw stuff at. That's kind of where you need to get to find peace for yourself.
Thanks, Willow. Yeah, we got good things to look forward to. Watch the press conference, September 3rd, the victims. The administration's lying. 45.
You can tell they're lying, their lips are moving.
What was that?
You can tell they're lying, their lips are moving. Yeah, Linda. It's just going to get worse in a hurry for that man. So we're going to have changes coming soon. We always said September was going to be exciting. So let's roll with it. Blessings to everyone. Blessings to you, Nancy. And we'll see you next Sunday. And thanks, everybody. Thanks for all of you who've been coming over and seeing the psychic profiles. They're a lot of fun to do. And it's very revealing. Very fun.
Yep, I've been listening. They're good. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.